Tell us a little bit about this event, because I'm here as press. Press was actually not allowed in while the community was
Right.
discussing things. So explain a little bit what happened before press came in, when everyone was seated around tables.
And at round tables, we began with the event called Conversation with the Mayor. In our District 13, we wanted to come in and sit down with the mayor and have discussion on what are the issues that our communities are dealing with. We are dealing with a lot of issues: public safety, sanitation, housing, affordable housing. Where do we stand in public safety with the migrants, with the crisis, with the gang database the city council wants to remove, and it allows us to come and give all these issues that the mayor already knows. Where do the people in our district stand? We are this district is pro-police, and we wanted to make sure that he knew that we back the blues, and that we want to make sure that city council does not remove the gang database. Because then it's going to allow more gang activity from the migrants and other criminals. And it also brings a problem to our communities, because we need more policing. But how do you want police to become, other people to become police and come and serve and protect, when the laws of bail reform and the crime and the discovery and all these other little things are keeping people from saying, I don't think I want to be a police officer, if we're not going to get the policies changed within the state assembly and within the city. So we're here to lay out the plans that we have for our district to continue to fight the good fight for the communities. We have an issue with Just Homes, 1900 Seminole, and we've been fighting that for over 2 years. When you're fighting Just Homes, we're dealing with people who want to Fortune Society wants to bring in a building in Jacoby Hospital and house over 100 people who have been either incarcerated or are pre-detained. In the beginning, they told us that there were going to be people who are very critically sick, have cancer, they're not going to be able to go out into the street. And then little by little, the story started to change. They're pre-detainees. They could be holding up trial for other cases, such as assault, rape, whatever the cases might be. But our community, again, is more family-orientated, and the location of this particular building is near 5 schools. And we say no to this particular project. We have met with HHC, the hospitals, Jacoby Hospital. We met at Maestros. We had over 1,100 community members showed up in anger because we don't want this there. But at the same time, it's going to take all of us to continue the fight, because I know that the mayor mentioned that we need more housing for men facilities. And we understand that, but that's not what we want. We don't want that on our community. We understand the housing issue. We ask for senior housing, and we ask for veterans. And again, it's about communication and having a relationship with the mayor. We love our mayor. We want to work with him. And he makes it very easy for us to work with, but we want answers and we want action. We want to continue to support him, but we want him to understand that we want to see action. And him is not only just being the mayor. We're dealing with a bureaucracy of 51 members that are not for community, are not for police, are not for children, are not for youth, are not for none of the things that pertain to us. They are making laws that are making it more for the criminals than it is for the New York City residents. And that's why everyone came here today for this district to represent, to let the mayor know what are their issues, from whether it might be rats in the community, sanitation issue, public safety, youth programs, even youth homelessness. And we are here to take a stand on all the good things to turn this around and take our city back. And that's what we encourage all New Yorkers across the city to do. Take New York back and go vote every incumbent out, because the incumbents in city council or state assembly or even senators have not been taking care of our needs. And we have to rise up and vote for people who are going to take care of you, because you are important. Our lives matter. New Yorkers matter. Thanks, everyone.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
about how the mayor was responding today? Did you feel satisfied with the kind of responses that you were getting from the mayor tonight? It was a lengthy event.
Yeah.
There were about a dozen tables of many people each.
Yeah, we had
and there were a lot of
10 people,
questions.
yes.
Yeah.
I think that the mayor did an excellent job in the discussions. He was sincere. He gave his best voice of a leader could do, to not promise us things that he cannot deliver, but to change things that he can, and also gave us the recipes of how we can change certain things that we don't like in our communities. Not only by petitioning or going before the city council and finding out exactly what are the best routes for each table and every discussion, but he gave his best performance in being concerned for our district, meaning that he took the time out to come to the Bronx, and we welcomed him in the Bronx. And no mayor has ever come to the Bronx and said, let's sit down, let's have a conversation about how we can make this work for all of us and make government work for you. And he gave not only a great performance, and it was very cordial with the speakers and everybody. Not only were we on our best behavior to be cordial, but it was very informative. Some people said that he could have given us more information so we could have left satisfied that it's going to get done. But that's not how government works. It's a process through city council. It's a process of voting. It's a process of finding research and how it's going to work if it's not going to work. And then it's also the work of the constituents, the residents, that we have to fight for what we want in each community. We have to show up at the meetings. We have to show up at the polls. And we have to show up at meetings to say, this is not what we want, and how can we change it? Do we go through you, or do we go through city council? So he is our elected official, the greatest mayor that we have in New York City, because it's his time to be mayor. And if this is his time to be mayor, he lived in the presence today. He sat in the presence with us, and he made it known to us that his presence was real to us as we were to him. And I really appreciate that he took the time and effort to come all the way from the city, from Gracie Mansion, to bring every agency before us, to put them at our footstool to find out what can we do about every situation and every condition. So he made it available for us. So I thank him for that.
And he did say that a lot of it comes down to city council. He kind of referred a lot of issues to city council and kind of said his hands were tied on some of these issues.
Absolutely.
And I noticed that a relatively new city council member in the district,
Yes.
Marmorato, was there, and
Yes.
she was speaking up to some of the issues that community members were bringing up. What are you looking for from her representation?
Well, during the time of Kristy Marmorato came from our organization, Mothers Against 1900, and that's the organization where I'm president. So for over a year, I have worked with her and others in the district to find a solution against 1900 Seminole, against HHC and Fortune Society.
Okay, just so people understand, 1900 is
1900 Seminole is the location where Fortune Society and Jacobi Hospital, HHC, want to place a building over 100 vacancies for men shelters. In the beginning, they said it was going to be for for people who are very critically sick with cancer and other illnesses that couldn't come out, and now they changed it to pre-detainees, anybody who was going to court and trial, and that's going to put our community and 5 schools and children in harm's way. So her being our city council now, during the time of the city council election, I ran against her. And we worked together because this is our district and this is our concern, the people's concern. We take the voice of the people very seriously in our district. So she's going to make a good leader because she listens to the people and we're working together. Can she bring a change to city council? No. And the absolute truth is that she cannot bring change because you're dealing with 51 members who have to vote, and the majority of them are swayed to the left and are socialists, whereas we might have 6 or 7 who are fighting for the people's needs. So the mayor is correctly, everything goes back to the drawing board. It goes right back to city council. And that's why each community across the New York City have to vote, continue to vote these incumbents out and remove them from office for ignoring the needs of the people. They have allowed us to get to where we are today, from the crime, from the homelessness, from the affordable housing. All these buildings are being built, but you can't get into a building that without $90,000 a year. That's not affordable for our district. That's not affordable for anybody in the city. So when you say affordable housing, you're promising things that you cannot deliver. You're going to go ahead and bring other people in who can afford it, who are the hipsters, who like taking the train, who like the nightlife, and which is fine. But what about the residents that live in our communities, the poor, the elderly, the veterans, and the single parents? We have needs here with our youth as well. So we all have to work together and make this melting pot here in the Bronx work for us. And that's called being involved and evolving government to make it work for us.
All right, thank you.
Oh, do you need my name?
Yes.
Oh,
Tell us your name.
my name is Irene Estrada. I am council clergy of the 49th Precinct member, and I am the president of Mothers Against 1900, and I am a mother of the Borough. I have a lot of the family is in law enforcement, and we're also, activists. So this is what I do.